Hey guys, welcome and let's get started. Now I'm just going to give you a couple of notes along the way as we get going into this. We're going to start with 4 parallel squats and then we're going to go into 4 turned out squats. In our squats, turned out particularly, making sure to really brace our core, shoulders down, going all the way and squeezing at the top there. Now we want to make sure that we really maintain our turnout in all of these second plie positions. So when we're lifting our ankles like this, maintaining the turnout, engaging the core, shoulders down, and really making sure that we're pressing over our ankles. So every time you lift your heel off the ground, really trying to press through the front of the ankle bone to help increase the range in your foot. Now this exercise might seem a little bit strange, but it's an excellent one to really increase the strength in the metatarsals of your foot. So a way to make your foot point even better, even stronger and more active. Be sure to point as hard as you can through that foot as soon as it leaves the ground. Now you're going to do 8 basic weight transfers, parallel, turned out, and then with a rise. As you're doing these, it might look simple, but what this is doing is transferring your weight appropriately so you can really figure out how to transfer your weight from foot to foot and not just kind of rocking from side to side. Each time you stand on one leg and lift the other, make sure you're pulling up and squeezing through your entire standing side, not just the leg. As you lift the other leg, keep it low, but really activate the whole leg and foot. To find your balance on the standing leg, think about taking your hip bone over a little bit further than you normally would. So think about that outside hip bone. If I'm leaning towards, say, my left leg, my left hip bone is going to go a little bit past where my foot is. That way, my balance is in the center. In these leg waves, focus on the rotation through your hip. So you're trying to draw the hip bone in and out and find that rolling through the socket. Keep the foot pointed and give it a nice relaxed kick on the top. So now with our Tendue and relevé steps exercise, we're really starting to put that transfer of weight practice into practice. So as you do these Tendues, we're trying to work the precision. So you're really trying to lift and point that leg and bring it straight back into your first position by holding and maintaining your body tension throughout the rest of your body, soft arms, and being very precise on where your foot goes and when it comes back in again. Then when you go into these relevé steps, you're trying to stay balanced and you're trying to stay really, really tall up on your legs. Again, working those feet. Stepping front to back 4 times. It's actually trickier than it looks. Whilst maintaining your position with these foot points to the side, it's important that you work on those fast twitch muscles. So be very strict on where your leg goes out to the side, points hard and then closes in. And then speed that up, maintaining the control to work that. Let's go into some leg swings with a nice bent leg just to get the range of motion opening up. Okay, a trickier one here. We're going to développé our leg up to the side via retiré, turning out, squeezing and standing as tall as we can through our standing side. Pointing the foot, développéing out. I want a long bend but pointed foot. You're then going to rotate your hip. So don't think knee as much as hip. You're going to maintain that long bend and roll the hip down and then roll it open and then down and then open. So you're working that active flexibility and rotation through the hip while your leg is elevated. It's quite difficult. Extend and then come down. Do twice on each side. When we're doing these foot stretches on both sides, when you're focusing on one foot at a time, as you stretch it, I want you to think about stretching through the front of the arch of the foot. So pretty much from the top of your shin bone down to the top of your toes. And you're trying to make a swan neck through the front of that. Be sure that as you're doing that, you're working the arch in the back of the foot and also being sure not to sickle the foot. So make sure you're pressing through the inner ankle bone, pressing that forwards to the other leg. So your leg's driving forwards and straight and not sickling out to the side. Okay, great exercise for your active flexibility and trying to improve your extensions in the air. So we're going to retire 3 ways, so en croix. So you're going to go to the front, the side, and to the back. As you développé up, you retire, développé forwards to the highest height that you can without compromising your position. You're then going to bend your leg, keep your foot pointed, and curl the spine. Then extend again. As you extend, try and lift everything higher. So lift taller, lift up through your standing leg, and then extend that leg développé higher. Then come down, point, and close. Repeat on the other side. You're going to do this through twice each side, and in the middle you're going to have grand battements. So you're going to do 2 to devant, 2 to second, 2 to derrière. So the same as you did with your développés. So I'm adding these in here for the balance challenge, but the active challenge. So this is completely different to the exercise you just did, and I put them next to each other on purpose. So these are straight leg kicks, basically. Trying to stay tall, and without losing your balance, you're trying to lengthen your leg, point your foot, and kick as high as you can, again without compromising. If you hunch or if you fall to the side or bend your bottom leg, you will fall over. So it's a really good way to remind yourself how to stay strong through the rest of your body when you are kicking your leg actively. That being said, you're trying to throw your leg up as much as you can. Remember though, that's within the range of not compensating throughout the rest of your body. So you may, yes, be able to kick your leg higher, but as you kick your leg higher, you'll be doing something that doesn't help your technique to get it higher. So accept that the leg might not go as high when you're kicking it this way, but that it is really beneficial for your technique to do this occasionally. All right, another one like this. We're gonna go bent leg rond de jambe en l'air. So when we're retiring up, then we développé forwards, and again, we're gonna work with that beautiful long bended leg with a pointed foot. It's good for rotational stuff. So as we développé forwards to the front, you're gonna bend or fondue your standing leg. So you wanna keep that in a supported and tensioned plie, so a bend. Your active leg will come forwards, and then it draws a circle around and to the back and back to the front again. This is really challenging because when you're rolling it around, again, you must maintain that strong body position, and you're not allowed to roll your hip around. So you'll feel that your hip might want to roll or lift as you're taking your leg in these circles, and you want to try to keep the hip down. This is how you work the good rotation of that leg through the socket. When you're coming around, you're also thinking with that foot like you're drawing a perfectly straight line in the sky. And then back again, perfectly straight line in the sky. So pay attention to if your leg wobbles around or if it dips down or lifts up. Try and avoid that happening. Take it on a perfectly straight line all the way around, and you'll be working it appropriately. Between each set, do 10 calf raises with a balance, emphasis on the up, pulling forwards up through your feet and up through your knees, and weight slightly forwards for that balance. All right, let's start working on your leg mounts now. So 2 times on each side, you're going to take an open leg mount first of all. So just focusing on that lift through your entire body and keeping the leg open to the side. Don't have to crank it in straight away. You're then going to do 4 toe taps. It's okay if you can't tap your toe, but you're going to aim to. Again, you're aiming to do this without compromising. So you're just seeing if you can reach for your leg and bring your leg closer to you without falling over. So lengthening and lifting through the center. Then once you've done that, you're going to pull it in a little bit and then release the leg and see if you can hold it at its absolute highest point. So really using that active flexibility. Then give it a couple of pulses at the top just for good measure and come down. Your standing leg is one of the most important things in making sure you can do things like this. So this is why you can see we earlier did those simple weight transfers, because it builds up to being able to hold yourself in this position, in positions like this. Squeeze that standing leg, squeeze your abs, squeeze the butt of your standing leg, and try to find that balance. Yeah, she's hurting. So now we're going to work your arabesque and tilt line. So using a chair or something like it, you're going to do 10 lifts to the back and then 10 pulses to the ceiling and then 10 doggy legs, and we'll move on from that. So when you're doing these, I want it square to the back and really using your hamstring and glute to lift. So trying not to use your lower back here as much as you can help it, isolating within the glute and really working the tension through the back of the knee. When you come to the side, nice clean doggy leg lifts, engaging that glute on the side, which will kind of happen on its own really. So now we're going to pass through all of those positions and open to a tilt. Very good for our active flex. So I want you to lift the leg up behind you straight, really lengthening through the back of that knee like you did earlier. Bend the heel to your bum, again like earlier, and then drive the knee to your face. Go past where you think you want to go. Extend that leg like you're trying to kick the wall behind you. Don't leave until you have locked the knee, pointed the foot, and come down again. You can twist your bottom heel to the front to help you find the line you are looking for. All right, let's wind it up and do 10 fan kicks and then 10 pulses on the top for good measure. So these fan kicks, again, look at this rotation that you're having to work with here. So all of these rotation exercises are building up so you can really widely rotate your legs with active flexibility and momentum. Now in these fan kicks, think about hitting every number on your clock with that leg. So coming around the clock, make sure you hit every number. Don't skip one that kind of wants to be skipped. Don't let that happen. When you're pulsing at the top, squeeze the top of the outer glute and think again about kicking behind you and upwards. All right, now let's do 10 penché kicks and then pulses at the top after that. This one, you're going to drop your elbows down onto the chair and you are allowed to let your lower back get involved. Keep looking forwards when you do this just to help your back engage. If you look down, it's not going to be as beneficial for you. Keep your legs as square as you can. Keep both legs as straight as you can. Point that foot. Pulsing at the top, little pulses. Don't let that leg bounce around. And we are done. Well done. And I will see you in the next video. Good job on this leg conditioning set. Stay tuned for more.